an extradition request from the United Kingdom in respect of which the DPP initiated the proceedings before you via the authority to proceed dated 23rd June 2026. Subsequent to that notice of authority to proceed, on behalf of the Republic, the DPP filed a notice of motion dated the 24th of June 2026, together with a supporting affidavit sworn by Ms. Marianne Nduta on the 24th of June 2026. Your Honor, I'll just draw your attention to two annexures in that matter, MN1 and MN2. MN1A is the letter from the Office of the Attorney General forwarding the evidentiary material contained in the request to the DPP. Contained in the evidentiary material MN1B is a warrant of arrest issued by the Westminster's Magistrates Court together with the extradition request, the material, and contained in that request for extradition, the warrant of arrest was issued for the following offences: murder, contrary to common law, manslaughter, contrary to common law, the third is perverting the course of justice, contrary to common law, 2 counts. And the fourth, fraud by false pretense, contrary to sections 1 and 2 of the Fraud Act. The offences, thank you. The first offence is that of murder. Murder, contrary to common law. Manslaughter, contrary to common law. Perverting the course of justice, contrary to common law, in brackets, 2 counts. And lastly, fraud by false representation, contrary to sections 1 and 2 of the Fraud Act 2006, in brackets, 4 counts. humble request as we appear before you right now is that you endorse the warrant of arrest marked MN1B that is the first order in our application. Insofar as the second order is concerned, Your Honor, so we are seeking the first order, which is endorsement of the warrant of arrest marked MN1B. Sorry, Your Honor, it's not MN1B, it's MN16. Sorry, 3A and B, sorry, 3A and B. Yes, 3A and 3B, sorry. 3A and B. Insofar as prayer 2 is concerned, we do not need 3A and B, MN3A, A, B. There are two warrants of arrest. Just seek endorsement. For the second order, that the respondent be ordered returned or conveyed back, that one will leave it for the inter-party hearings. However, the third order that we seek from this court, and that's why my learned friend was alluding to, there is an order that he be allowed to access his mobile phone. However, Your Honor, I did mention to my learned friends yesterday that before we can hand over that mobile phone, would seek an order from this court to exploit that mobile phone. The reason we are doing so is because we want to rule out any link of any contents or material in that form with the alleged offences as contained in the warrants of arrest. And during that exercise, I've informed the investigating officer. One of my colleagues, I don't know who it will be, they'll agree amongst themselves, has to be present. It's very important, Your Honor, because, like I mentioned to my learned friends, we want to rule out any link to proceeds of crime. I do not want to prejudice Your Honor with the material that we have, but I have informed my learned friends as to why we seek to have that phone exploited, but majorly is to rule out any link to proceeds of crime or any events that are linked to what happened in the United Kingdom. So that will be all, Your Honor, for now. And lastly, sorry, we will also be opposing his release on bond, and we have since filed an affidavit sworn by PC Kennedy Bet, dated the 24th of June this year. I have served the evidentiary material to my learned friend, including the affidavit in opposition to bond. So, Your Honor, at this juncture, we'll be requesting for you directions on how we'll be able to proceed.
Your Honor, if I may, this is Mr. Mango, the respondent. Your Honor, we have caucused with co-counsels for the accused person. Sorry, for the respondent. And we will not be opposed to grant of order number 1 for the simple reason that that is the only way we could commence these proceedings once, now that we've closed the miscellaneous file, once the respondent has now been presented before Honorable Court. We, however, on our part, will be making an application for bail, for the release of the respondent on bail and bond terms. And Your Honor, we will be guided by the Constitution. That is Article 49 1H, which gives every person, any arrested person, the right to be released on bond or bail and on reasonable conditions, pending a charge or trial, unless, and that is the underlining paragraph, Your Honor, unless there are compelling reasons not to be released. You know, we cite the compelling reasons because we have equally been served. We come back on Monday. Okay. For arguing then, Your Honor, then we would, Mr. Oyo would address the court, perhaps because they have sought another order on exploitation. Order 1.
Your Honor, we are most obliged by time allocation. Yes. At 9. Okay. And equally, just for the court's record, we have furnished the original documents from the UK. Yes. Yes. So my colleagues are requesting that the respondent continue being held at ATP. That's why it's being held. Assigned Terrorism Police Unit. Most obliged.